postgame show. Hey, y'all. I'm your host, Ernie Johnson. I have with me two of my dearest friends, Shaquille O'Neal.
Hello, brother.
Nice to see you.
Nice to see you.
Ken Smith.
Oh.
Pleasure to see
I
you
didn't know.
again,
I
sir.
thought you got to bring two guys out. I didn't know it was us.
No, you're my dear friend.
Welcome, everybody. Thanks for joining us. And before we get going, let's hear from David Aldridge down on the sideline. David?
Well, guys, Paul George has made a reputation as a dynamic two-way player. He said you can dominate a game in so many ways. That's always been...
Well, you love that versatility, D.A. Thank you. And in the early part of the season, Steve, teams usually are at their healthiest. How do you maintain that healthy factor throughout the long season?
You know, I love what these organizations are doing, and also players individually. They're getting their rest. They're having the individual trainers on the side. Nutrition has played a huge role right now. And I think for a lot of the younger guys, you can't be afraid to ask the veteran what he's doing. And I think that's what a lot of the veterans right now are taking these young guys under their wing and not only teaching them the skill level on the court, but how to maintain their bodies throughout the season.
A look at Atlanta's opening lineup. Paul George is out there with Ibaka. Then it's Chris Paul. Then it's O'Neal. And it's Miller in at the shooting guard position. 5 to shoot. Baseline try. And Shaquille O'Neal pulls it down. And the Grizzlies, they come in off a loss to Indiana. Here's George. A good finish at the rack off the slick feed.
Yeah, good awareness there. He sees an opening and doesn't hesitate.
A lot of laziness going on out there. Still early in the game, but that needs to get worked out.
Now here's Kobe. He had a 33-point outing in their last game against the Pacers in Indianapolis. And that's out of bounds. Memphis will retain possession. Here's Rice. Gets it to go from 18 feet away.
And, you know, he's not usually the guy to break out the crossover. Worked for him that time, but I'm not sure I would be doing that consistently.
George, no good. The Grizzlies have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Here's Vucevic. That one, no good. So the Hawks will take it the other way. This, of course, their first opportunity to play Memphis this season.
Not exactly a game that everyone will be talking about here, but both of these teams can show flashes at times.
You know what? Every win counts in this league, and both of these teams want every victory they can get. In terms of player salaries, you want to get what you paid for. Not the case for the Grizzlies last season. 2 of the 3 highest paid guys, one played in just 12 games, the other played in just 36.
No good on the second, so he hits 1 of 2. But looking at the Grizzlies last season, they really didn't have the talent on the bench to make up for some of those injuries.
They've botched a lot of draft picks over the years. No infusion of young talent. No surprise that they ended up with the 2nd worst record in the league.
Here's George, following the basket by Kobe Bryant. Great D that time from Vucevic.
And I'll tell you, the sooner this quarter can end, the happier he'll be. It's been tough making shots.
Passes it to Bryant. Kicks it to Reed. Here's Vucevic, releases from the wing and drills it.
And that had to be a defensive mix-up. They know he can hit from that spot.
Yeah, big miscommunication early. They allow his first points of the day.
Now, here is Miller. He's coming off a 19-point game against the Knicks in New York.
You can't forget about how great he was at forcing contact and getting to the line. He racked up a lot of easy points at the line that way.
Here's Iverson, following the basket by Shaquille O'Neal. Kobe against Miller. 6 to shoot. Puts it up from 17, and he can't bank that one in. Inside, Kobe with the steal. Inside, here's Vucevic. Here's Rice. George with the defensive effort.
You can't ask for a higher percentage look than the one that he got. I think he lost his concentration.
And it's Paul penetrating over Iverson. Paul with the buckets. Paul's got his first bucket of the night.
You know, the pick and roll play is his forte. Chris Paul knows exactly what he's doing.
Shoots from 14. The Grizzlies with another miss. The Hawks leading. Shaq dishing to George. The shot is good. It's his second bucket in 5 tries.
And they've scored several times already here in the first quarter on the inside.
Ball against Iverson. Over Paul. And another miss by Memphis.
And you see why his reputation is so strong defensively. He allows no separation.
And so many defenses are not designed to take away the mid-range jumper, but he's given nothing away.
So timeout called here. The first for Memphis.
And as of late, they have not looked good at all. Actually, they've been dominated.
And the worst part, they're starting to get down on themselves. Really need that one big play to spark some life back into them.
The Grizzlies trail by 6. Iverson kicks to Rice. They need this. That one wide left.
The defender took away the airspace, crowded him. That changed the shot.
Miller, no luck.
Oh, man, you know he'd love to have that one over.
The wide open look here for Vucevic. Miller grabs the miss.
Lazy defense against a good score. Turns out not to matter.
Outside, George. Goes up to the stripe. Again, the Hawks score.
And the mid-range jumper really right in George's comfort zone. When he isn't blowing by guys and finishing at the rim, he's knocking that one down with consistency.
Now here's Vucevic. 9-point game his last outing. Pulls up, high post. Kobe with the bucket. Kobe's got his second basket of the night.
And with that one, it ends an 11-0 run by Atlanta.
Paul passes to O'Neal, and Shaq with the slam.
The eyes of Chris Paul. He's always had tremendous vision.
And so Bryant will bring it up for Memphis. 8-point game. And it's Tiny with the foul. That's his first foul. And so it's Memphis with it. And Vucevic kicks to Iverson. Here's Rice. He's coming off a 25-point game against the Pacers in Indianapolis. Here's George. Shoots from 14. It's rebounded by Memphis. Vucevic has got rebound number 5 here tonight.
And right from the start, Kevin, they've been pounding the glass. Most of those 50-50 balls also going their way.
Here's Rice. Vucevic to the pass to Iverson. Shot clock at 5, and Chris Paul picks up the foul. That's his first foul. Iverson against Paul. Knocked loose. Shot clock at 6. Here's Kobe. Rebound by the Hawks.
And you know what? Call it great defense or poor offense. Either way, they're limiting their scoring.
Pass to George. Out to the right wing. And the pass to Paul. Takes the 3. The offensive rebound. Ibaka. Vucevic with the block. Bryant looking over the floor. There's the dish to Iverson. On the wing, Kobe. Covered by Miller. Kobe can't hit.
His lack of consistency with his shot tonight has held them back.
That's good from Miller on the assist by George. Miller's got 5.
Yeah, 3 consecutive field goals have come right at the rim. The D had better start buckling down.
Here's Vucevic. He can't hit that time. And it's the Hawks taking it the other way.
And Paul George, a terrific two-way player, an all-star, an all-NBA performer, and multiple all-defense selections.
And the Grizzlies making a change here. Kelly's checked in. Lucas is checked in for Atlanta. Timeout called, the Grizzlies.
Yeah, and the amount of points they've given up here in the paint, that's what they got to talk about.
You know, for the most part, their perimeter D is holding up, but they might have to sacrifice some of that to close down the lane.
A chance here to assess what parts of the floor the attempts have been coming from as we look at the shot chart for the Hawks.
And guys, this season they've really gotten away from that mid-range shot. And I'm not saying that should be the main part of their offense, but it would make them much more dangerous offensively if they could get more scoring from that 10 to 20 foot range. And they've come out with a take no prisoners approach on the glass here tonight, guys.
The three from George. It's rebounded by Kelly.
Just not there from a rhythm standpoint right now. It's really eluding him.
Iverson kicks to Kelly. It's blocked by Shaq.
And the aggressiveness on display here from O'Neal. Terrific at turning shots away with that size and length. And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Here's Kobe following the basket by Shaquille O'Neal. Kobe passes to Rice. O'Neal with the rebound. Shaq's got 8 rebounds in this game. Here's George. There's the basket and make it a double-digit lead. George has got 8.
And jumping out like this, man, you automatically start thinking blowout.
Double digits in the first quarter. The only thing they have to avoid is taking their foot off the gas.
Yeah, and you got to know Bryant looking to shoot as soon as he gets the ball. The D can't give him any daylight.
Now, here is George. Defense is right there. Ball outside. Shot from the top of the key. That one misses. And the Grizzlies going the other way now. Defeated by the Pacers in their last game, they'll try to put that one behind them.
And I know that's a game they'd like to forget. Sort of a tough day for them all the way around.
You know, sometimes you just have to erase a game from your memory and move on. And I believe they have, and they will recover.
Here's Shaq. Played in with a nice touch off the glass. He's got 9.
Great start for him. 4-4. He could be in for a big game.
Here's Bryant. Softly drops in the floater.
Yeah, going to the floater right there. That was pretty.
The Hawks leading by 5. Ball finds George. Out left to the wing. Ball outside. No good on the 3. And here are the Grizzlies. Pass to Iverson. Over Paul. And that one hits back iron.
And this is a guy that can get you stops. Aggressive on the defensive end.
Also doing a good job of tracking the ball, contesting the mid-range jumper as well.
Miller with a wide open look. Knocks down the 3 ball. Miller's got 8 points.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Here's Rice, defended by George. From 10 feet out, and it's sent back by O'Neal. And he recovers it, and that's out of bounds. Memphis will retain possession. JaVale McGee's checked in for Reed. Then for the Hawks, Love's checked in for Paul George. Young comes in for Miller. Rajon Rondo subbed in for Paul. Here's Iverson. And the shot no good, a bit short. And it's Rondo with the ball for Atlanta. They're leading by 8. Buries the long-range jumper.
Defensively, they've been a step slow here to start.
5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. Here's Rice. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here.
And in college, on his way to winning the national championship at Michigan, Rice set the March Madness scoring record. He was out of his mind in that tournament, averaged over 30 points a game.
This is where he feels 100% comfortable taking all the free points he can get.
Now here's Rondo. He kicks to Love. And so it's Atlanta ahead by 9 as the quarter comes to a close. Their lead is where it is because they've gotten good shots. A lot of good shots. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right. Now a veteran in the NBA, Serge Ibaka, talked about his role on this team.
I like to do all those little things, running up and down.
And Ibaka, Greg, a great complimentary player.
And you like his combination of size and skill, able to impact the game at both ends on a high level.
And glad to have you with us, folks. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. And what do you guys think about the Hawks here in this one?
Protecting that rim early on, that's been a big factor for them tonight.
Well, you can erase a lot of defensive mistakes when you have shot blockers lurking in the background.
And a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. So the Grizzlies 5 right now. Kobe is out there with Allen Iverson, and there's JaVale McGee. And it's Rice in at the small forward position. Here's Lucas, fouled in the act of shooting, gets the bucket anyway, so a three-point play chance for him.
Yeah, terrific play right there. Great strength to finish through the contact.
Gordon's checked in for the Grizzlies. Smitty, so much work done by the players in the offseason. In terms of development, which skills tend to be the easiest to improve upon?
I think there's one, and you got to call it a skill right now, is the easiest is getting in tip-top shape, because that's all on you. Being able to put in the time in your body and nutrition. Next, I think for guys is defensively. I think that's the skill that you obviously can work on. It's about lateral movement, and you don't need others. You can come out and work on that. Next, I think for guys is shooting. And I wouldn't say you'll be Steph Curry from one summer to another, but if you put in the work, you'll see the percentages starting to go up.
Shots good from Young.
And no doubt they've been the more efficient team in this first half.
Because they've been patient, they're finding good shots. That's why they've hit a much higher percentage from the floor.
It's good. Iverson's got his first bucket in this one.
And Iverson constantly driving to the basket, using that speed and athleticism to kind of wheel his way to the rim.
Shoots from the baseline, and that one off the back of the rim and in. Young's got the lead up to 12 now for the Hawks. Grizzlies have gone a nice 3 of 3 to start the second. Gasol against McGee. Outside Gordon. Here's Rice. He's guarded by Love. Rice, no good.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
Gasol passes to Young. Good, and the assist goes to Gasol. Young's got 9.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Now a timeout called by Memphis.
And when you take a look at that shot chart, the amount of misses lately, really unbelievable.
You start to wonder, in my opinion, is it better to take everything to the rack now or to try at least draw some fouls?
Grizzlies making a switch here. Vucevic is checked in. And the Hawks making a change here as well. Ibaka's checked in. The Grizzlies trail by 14. Iverson kicks to Rice. Here's Vucevic. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. Well, the Hawks didn't have the best season a year ago, Smitty, but they did find some positives to build on.
Well, the Hawks, what they do have, they have good wing play. A lot of disruptive players who can force turnovers on the defensive end. There's been some great wings in Hawks history, and they have a few on this team right now.
And the first one at the line is good. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. And for years, the Memphis Grizzlies defined mid-level success in the NBA, but not last season.
Before last year, they made the playoffs 7 straight seasons. Never played in a championship, but always seemed a player or 2 short. Now they're finally rebuilding.
Gasol. A shot, no good. Gordon with the defensive effort. Down low. It's good, and the Hawks' lead is cut down to just 10 points with the bucket from Vucevic. Hawks have gone 5 of 7 from the field here in the second. Here's Rondo. Vucevic with the block. And they'll keep possession, and he gets it back. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
You see Serge in the painted area, feels the defender, goes on the attack.
Hey, Smitty, with Serge Ibaka, you can bet when the games matter the most, he's going to be locked in.
Yeah, he can be inconsistent during the regular season, but he has another gear he can shift to in the playoffs, and they need that from him. He gives you intensity on both ends, and he can stretch the floor.
You throw good, Serge Ibaka.
Serge Ibaka has gone through a lot of roles since he's entered the league. Now pretty much a shot-blocking stretch 4.
And both free throws good for Serge Ibaka. Steve, you played with 6 different NBA teams. What's the best way to earn the respect of new teammates, for instance, in the case of you with the 6 different teams you played on?
I think, Kevin, being yourself in all situations. You come in and you do what we used to call the obvious. You play extremely hard. You're a good teammate, and obviously being on time, and you don't be one of those players that deviates from the system. Come in and follow the game plan, and don't try to go outside the game plan, and just be reliable and be disciplined.
Good perspective. That cuts the lead to single digits. Vucevic has got 6 here in this quarter.
That was big because they dug a big hole in the first quarter, but starting to show signs of life.
Here's Young. Vucevic with the block, but they'll get another chance. Rondo against Iverson. Rondo's shot is off.
Can't convert, but a good opportunity from mid-range. He'll take that every time.
The Hawks leading by 8. Gasol kicks to Young. Over Gordon. The Hawks again can't hit. Grizzlies have gone 6 of 8 from the field in the second quarter. Iverson, no luck. And so Gasol will bring it up for the Atlanta Hawks. They've led by as many as 14 points. Passes it to Rondo. Love outside. Here's Young. And the rebound goes to the Grizzlies. Feeds to Gordon. Rejected by Gasol.
Gasol with those long arms is a shot-blocking expert, especially down low.
And I like the fact that the defense is looking to protect the rim at all costs.
For Memphis, they have hit all 4 of their chances so far in this one.
And look back a season ago. They did a solid job at the line, about 79% of their free throws.
And he makes the first. And Smitty, you had perhaps some of your best seasons while a member of the Atlanta Hawks. What was it like being the face of this franchise during that time?
You know, I was proud to have led this team to so many playoff trips. It was fantastic being an Atlanta Hawk. It was also fun representing this team in the All-Star game. I played with some of the best in the business. Hall of Famer Dikembe Mutombo, All-Star Mookie Blaylock, and I played for a legendary Hall of Fame coach, Lenny Wilkins. He's in attack mode, drawing contact now, getting to the line, something he didn't do at all in the first quarter.
And now the first timeout called here for the Hawks.
Yeah, you need to refocus now. Momentum is running against you.
And from what I'm seeing, is too many unfavorable matchups out there on the floor.
Checking out the numbers for Nikola Vucevic. Great showing for him last season. He was around 16 points a game, 9 rebounds, and 3 assists. What incredible numbers. He has been a beast.
You know what? Everything is coming so easy for him right now, operating on the highest level.
And Gasol sends it back.
Yeah, just a solid job on the backboard. They are really controlling the inside.
Offensive rebound. The kick out to Scott. Gets the three-pointer to fall.
And this is what Scott's being paid to do. He has great confidence from distance, as well he should.
Ibaka in the post. Read on him. Right side George. To end the cold streak. Here's Gasol. Nice work on the boards. Paying off with the basket. Gasol's got his first bucket of the night.
Great anticipation by Marc Gasol, really known for defensive rebounding, but he did it that time on the offensive glass.
The feed to Vucevic. Over Gasol. Here's Reed. Rejected by Gasol. And he's able to get it back. The Hawks leading by 3. Paul kicks to George. On the wing, Miller. The tray. That falls. Nice feed that time from George. Miller's got 11 points.
And the feed from George couldn't be better. The timing, the placement, everything about that dish was pinpoint.
Paul with the steal. To the paint. Here's George. Nice D from Scott. Memphis has gone 1 of 4 from three-point range in the second. Not a whole lot dropping out there for them. And that one's good, Iverson.
And I like the fact that he really was unfazed by that scoreless first quarter. And now you can see him getting into a rhythm.
And Ibaka slams it in.
The aggressive side of Serge coming through asserts himself at the rim.
Knocked away. Inside, here's Miller. Score the bucket. He's made 5 so far, shooting a very clean 5 of 7.
And defensively, guys, they've been unable to shut down the middle.
Iverson kicks to Scott. Here's Robinson. Atlanta with the rebound.
I'd love to see them impose themselves a little more on the backboard. That's a great way to find confidence. Always a surefire way to get back in the game.
The Grizzlies trail by 8. From 10 feet out, and Miller with the block. They retain possession. Here's Iverson. And another miss by Memphis.
And this is a guy that can get you stops. Aggressive on the defensive end.
Also doing a good job of tracking the ball, contesting the mid-range jumper as well.
To the inside, Robinson. And Miller with the block. And he recovers it. And that's out of bounds. Memphis will retain possession. Ryan is checked in for Iverson. And a switch here also for Atlanta. Shaq's checked in for Marc Gasol. Here's Scott. Outside Bryant. Just 5 to shoot. It's stolen by Ibaka. Miller, the pass to O'Neal. Good. And Miller gets the assist. Miller's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight.
That's their 3rd straight make off an assist.
Robinson kicks to Scott. Vucevic, the pass to Kobe. Somehow ignores the tight D and gets the layup. Bryant's got 10 points in the game.
Man, how about that high release Bryant has? Really helps him inside when the D there is attempting to smother him.
Here's George. And again, it's Atlanta.
Well, you look at the coaching resume of Lloyd Pierce. Was an assistant for a lot of teams in his time. Stops at Memphis and Philadelphia most notably. Finally gets a chance to be the head coach here in Atlanta.
And the rejection by Ibaka.
Great defense by Serge, a tremendous athlete, blessed with insane length and leaping ability.
Defensively, you cause the miss, but then you have to corral it.
You know, there's nothing more frustrating than that. Giving up points on a possession, you won.
Paul kicks to George. Six to shoot. Offensive rebound. And good work on the boards. They pick up the second chance points. George has got 4 this quarter.
And Kevin, they've dialed up their activity this quarter. We're seeing them convert a lot of those second chance opportunities.
And with Coach Pierce, the most recent stop was in Philadelphia.
Pierce was a big part of the Sixers' turnaround, was tasked with the defensive duties, and had a very successful track record with that. Was empowered by Brett Brown to design the defense, and that has become his calling card as a coach.
And he's got his first free throw of the game.
Shooting 2.
That's good from George.
Well, you know this franchise, they preach fundamentals. The Grizzlies led the league in personal fouls last season. Just another example of where things went wrong.
Lucas is checked in for Serge Ibaka. That's also good, so he hits both free throws.
And they're really getting more points at the free throw line here in the second quarter.
Robinson kicks to Rice. Kelly passes to Bryant. Over Miller. And good. Got the friendly bounce off the right side of the rim. 12 points for Kobe Bryant. Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. And here's George. He had a 27-point outing in their last game against the Knicks in New York. Ball outside. 6 on the shot clock. Stolen by Robinson. And here they come. Outside, Kobe. And again, it's the Grizzlies from deep.
And you really got to appreciate that swag that Bryant plays with. If you give him room to shoot from deep, he's going to make you pay.
And so it's the Atlanta Hawks heading to the bench with a 7-point lead as we wrap up the quarter. They're playing a bruising game inside, and it's working for them. Back right after this.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Greetings, friends and neighbors. 1 half down, another half to go. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. It's the NBA on 2K Sports. Atlanta was looking great right away. During one stretch, they were leading by as many as 11, really playing as a unit. And it was a 9-point lead for them as they finished the first quarter. Second quarter, not quite as good, but still managed to maintain control and enjoy a 7-point advantage at the break. And
we hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. We're halfway through the game. Kobe Bryant really making a difference.
And let's see what the defense counters with to try and control him here in the second half.
Well, you like to run more doubles at him, but the risk there is opens up things for everybody else.
And we hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. We're halfway through the game. On the court right now for the Hawks, they've got Paul George. Shaquille O'Neal is out there with Ibaka. Then it's Chris Paul, and it's Miller in at the 2 spot. And that one's good, George.
And guys, when George gets cooking, you are in for a long night. He's just fantastic at finding different ways to score.
Here's Paul, fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points. So 1 free throw coming up.
Absolutely fearless. I mean, a nice subtle adjustment there going up against Wentz.
Well, this is where he shows both skill and body control along with the attack mindset.
And Steve, looking at KD's move, the Isaiah Thomas trade, what level of loyalty is there now between players and teams?
You know, I think it comes down to, I know people get upset when, per se, like the Kevin Durant move, but he was a free agent, so he was allowed to move. I think when it comes a little tricky, when you have guys traded, that's when you start to see the players starting to see where they sometimes don't think the organization have loyalty, but sometimes, and you can see organizations a lot of times is just looking to make their teams better, but it really comes down to a trade when the loyalty starts to be questioned.
The Hawks have been good at the free throw line. This one, 7 of 8.
Yeah, a year ago, though, Kevin, 78% conversion rate from the free throw line, so that's a nice all-around effort.
The first free throw is good. Well, Smitty, you played here in Atlanta for so many years. What are some of your favorite spots or things to do in Atlanta?
Well, I love to eat, and 2 of my favorite places are Busy Bee Cafe, just love that, and Umi. Then what I love to do is try to get a little exercise. I love to walk Chastain Park. The fans here, the city of Atlanta, I just love it so much we've made it home.
And that's good as he hits both of his shots.
Last year, a devastating season for the Memphis Grizzlies, especially on the offensive end. Dead last in field goals attempted and in field goals made.
Second half of basketball, just over a minute played so far. Vucevic with the bucket. On talking about the Grizzlies, part of that low offensive output is that they tend to play at a slower pace.
Typically, the Grizzlies are known for a grit and grind philosophy, and that lends itself to a slow, bruising style of play. Last year, they tried to play faster, but didn't really have the personnel to pull it off.
O'Neal is a force of nature. Once he gets it that low, it is a foregone conclusion.
And it's put back in by Vucevic. Vucevic has got 16 points.
Just a positive force right now for these guys. And though his team has fallen a bit short, it's not because of him.
Paul passes to O'Neal, lays it up and banks it in. He's got 17.
And is it any wonder they're ahead in this game? His perfect night from the field has been the catalyst.
To the middle, here's Vucevic. Good, and it's Iverson who picks up the assist. And that's now 18 points for Vucevic.
No doubt about it, he has done a ton to help his team, but he's going to have to do even more if they want to have a chance to get back in this one.
Tries from 16, they get it back. Count it, and the Atlanta lead has been cut to just 11 on the basket from Willis Reed.
And it's about the want to. That's what Reed gives you. He can be the heart, the soul, and the backbone of your team.
Here's Rice, defended by George. Rice, no good.
And that was an easy one there, just a missed opportunity.
If you give it to him, he'll take that shot every time down the floor. I'm sure he's kicking himself.
O'Neal kicks to Paul. Shot clock at 5. Outside, George intercepted. And it's Memphis on the break. Rice Rice passes to Kobe. And the rejection by Ibaka. And he gets it back. Yep, that one goes in there.
And how about the perseverance offensively? I mean, following up the missed shot, and that results in second and third opportunities.
Here's George. Nails it from the high post. George has got 19 points. The Grizzlies trail by 11. Timeout called. The Grizzlies.
Serge Ibaka, known for his defense since he came into the league. Still a very capable shot blocker. He has good strength, and he can guard post players much bigger than him.
Young's checked in for Miller. And we see a chart here for the shooting performance so far for George.
And really what jumps out to me about this shot chart is just how aggressive he's been when on the floor. I mean, he's doing everything he can to get as close to the hoop as possible before putting up that shot, and it's worked out in a big way for him and his team.
Well, with Ibaka, it's the toughness. He's definitely a scrapper for the team.
And that role goes beyond just banging bodies down low. He'll get into the face of opposing players, and he can get in their heads as well. It's just part of the role that he plays for this team.
And that's a huge play. I mean, they need more like it because second chance points are going to be key in this game.
Probably so. That's usually a crucial element to any comeback. Here's George. Grizzlies with the rebound. Rice has got 6 rebounds in the game. Lets it fly from 18. And he buries that one, drilling the rim on the way down.
The D gave him too good of a look right there. He rose up and knocked it down easily.
And he'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot that time. The whistle blowing. The Hawks have gone 9 of 10 from the line, so making the most of their chances. And he knocks down the first one.
And if they continue, Kevin, their outstanding free throw shooting, that'll help them seal the deal.
So for the Hawks, Love's check in for George. Rajon Rondo is subbed in for Chris Paul. And so Young nails them both. And so Bryant will bring it up for the Memphis Grizzlies. They trail by 9 points. Vucevic dishes to Kobe. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup. Kobe's got 19 points.
You look at that lead pass there. He just has such a great feel for the game.
Love in the post, and it's good, 2 points. And the Hawks lead by 9.
And that's what the pump fake's there for. Get your man off his feet and drive right around him.
Iverson kicks to Rice. From 20 feet out. No good off the back of the rim.
Boy, he loves that mid-range jumper. Just fails to create enough room to operate.
Young, good. And it's Rondo who picks up the assist. And now an 11-point Hawks lead. Pass to Rice. Trying to find Vucevic. Gets it to him. And he comes up with the deuce. Vucevic has got 10 points here in the second half.
And really the scoring this quarter has been just off the charts, doing all he can to bring them back.
Shoots from 12. O'Neal misses. Memphis has gone 3 of 6 tonight when they've let it fly from downtown. And it's Bryant in the corner. Takes it into the teeth of the D and converts the layup. 8 points for Iverson.
And when he gets the ball that deep, not much you can do to stop him.
He knows what he's good at. Gets the position he wants, then with the tools to finish.
Just Mr. Reliable again here today, Kevin. I mean, they need his points, and he's producing.
It's good, and the Hawks lead is cut down now to just 7 on the bucket from Rice. Atlanta's gone to the three-pointer 11 times tonight and nailed 5 of them. Young finds Love. Trying to get open is Shaq. Second shot opportunity, and there's the nice layup by Love. Love's got 4 points this quarter.
The tenacity on the interior, just battling, bringing that effort and will for second chance points.
Vucevic the pass to Rice. From outside, off the mark.
And that's rough. He did have 3 in the first half, but hasn't had one since.
And he gets it to go as they call the foul. He's on his way to the line for one more.
Look at the Hawks and their history. For the most part, a very successful franchise. They've made the playoffs more often than not.
And the Grizzlies making a change here. McGee's checked in, and the Hawks making a change here as well. Lucas is checked in. And with the Hawks prior to last season, the franchise had been in the playoffs a remarkable 10 consecutive seasons.
Hawks still looking for their first title since moving to Atlanta. Typically, they've avoided long playoff droughts. Hopefully, this rebuild goes smoothly and they can get back in the hunt.
Bryant drives in, ejected by Young. Love kicks to O'Neal. Ball stolen. Rondo against Iverson. And another miss by Memphis.
This is a problem for him. Inconsistent from the mid-range.
Outside Rondo. It's O'Neal atop the key. High post shot. Goes back up. And he lays it up and in. Shaq's got 10 points here in the second half.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Rice passes to McGee. And it's Shaquille O'Neal with the foul. That's his first foul. Grizzlies making a switch here. Kelly's checked in. Atlanta also making some changes here. Miller comes in for Young. And Paul subbed in for Rajon Rondo. McGee inside. Guarded by O'Neal.
Yeah, the aggressive D inside leads to a missed opportunity there.
You know, he had terrific position. Does a good job of affecting the shot without fouling.
And how about the reach of O'Neal there? A huge target for his teammates on these alley-oops.
Rice kicks to McGee. The kick out to Bryant. To the middle. Shot to stop the run. Shot's good by Rice. Rice has got 17.
Attacking on the interior, I like that attitude.
The pass to Love. Over Rice. That misses off the backboard. The Grizzlies trail by 14 to the inside. That's good. Great play set up by Iverson. Iverson's got 3 assists in the game. And it's Paul with the ball for the Hawks. Shot clock at 6. Kicks it to Miller. The Hawks need to get off a shot here. No good from Shaq.
And you see why his reputation is so strong defensively. He allows no separation.
And so many defenses are not designed to take away the mid-range jumper, but he's given nothing away.
Here's Love. And the layup's good off the glass. He's got 9.
And when the score is as lopsided as it is, and you can see they smell blood in the water, my man is going for the jugular.
Here's Iverson. They get it again. Here's McGee. And it's sent back by O'Neal. We've got 1:13 left in the third quarter. And the dunk by Love.
And how about O'Neal zipping passes over to his guys, using that height to find open teammates?
Gordon's checked in for Memphis. .110 left here in the third quarter. Iverson kicks to Gordon. Dishes it to McGee. Kobe against Miller. Bryant in the post. Well-placed jumper from the free throw line. Bryant's got 6 here in this quarter.
It looked like the defense just flat out froze out there. Clear breakdown in communication to allow that easy bucket.
Paul dishes to O'Neal. Shoots over McGee. Tried to bank it in, but he misses. The Grizzlies trail by 15. Iverson outside. Poked away, and it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Paul. Reed is checked in for JaVale McGee. George is checked in for Atlanta. .23 seconds left in the third. 5 to shoot. Bryant in the post, defended by George. Whoops, there's the 24-second shot clock violation, so they'll turn it over. .11 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. Paul kicks to O'Neal. 3 seconds left. And he sinks the layup. Shaq's got 25 points in the game. And as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough to come back. Hawks on top, leading by 7. How about a look at today's State Farm assist of the game?
Dan, he's always been the favorite to bag this honor. These kind of feeds are his bread and butter.
This is what you need your floor general to do. Take charge, lead by example, unselfish play.
And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. Iverson is out there with Gordon. Then it's Reed. Then there's Kobe. And it's Kelly in at the 5 down low. That's the lineup in the game for Memphis. That one's not going to go. Shaq with some nice D. And here's Miller outside. A rebound by Kobe Bryant. Kobe's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. He feeds it to Reed. Great D that time from Lucas.
That's the kind of D you need when he... And I just love the aggressiveness from George, just slicing apart the defense with that terrific ability to penetrate.
Ryan against George. Poked loose. Kelly passes to Kobe. 6 on the shot clock. Hits the difficult fadeaway jumper. Bryant's got 23. We're just over a minute into this final quarter of play. Paul kicks to George. Miller, the pass to O'Neal. Kicks it out to Paul. Back to O'Neal. 6 to shoot. George, no good. The Grizzlies trail by 17. Iverson outside. Pass to Bryant. Over Paul. The shot by Bryant, no good.
He was all alone. Looks like he gets a little too relaxed. He has to maintain his focus.
Here's George. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up. It's going to be on Kobe Bryant.
Shooting for Atlanta. Paul George. At the line for 2.
First free throw is good. Grizzlies making a switch here. Rice is checked in. And a switch here also for Atlanta. Ibaka's checked in. Enzo Bryant will bring it up for the Grizzlies. 19-point game. He dishes it to Rice. Ibaka comes with the double team. Here's Reed, and the dunk by Reed.
Incredible reverse throwdown. Excellent body control.
And guys, I'd even go as far to say that was a punctuation dunk. Paul looking around. And out of bounds as Memphis gains possession. And a quick look at how Atlanta's schedule shaping up. On Sunday, they'll face off against Ben Simmons and the Cleveland Cavaliers. And then on Wednesday, they'll be matching up against Gordon Hayward and the Dallas Mavericks.
And for that game against the Bulls, there aren't many other meetings that are as evenly matched as this one. Both teams can give and take punches, and this one, I think, is going to come down to the wire. Well, check out that assist. That's a pair of teammates that are clearly on the same page.
And it's Paul penetrating, and he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. It's going to be on Willis Reed.
CP3 stop and go. Drew the foul on that play.
Free throw drops for Paul.
One of the most vocal players in this league, CP3 is known as a tremendous leader.
And so Paul nails both of them. Fourth quarter keeps moving right along. 3 minutes gone so far. Paul against Iverson. Here's Vucevic. He kicks to Reed. Good for another bucket. He's made half a dozen now. 6 for 8 on the night.
Really smoking the nets now after a difficult time shooting in the first half.
Passes it to Miller. Nice ball movement here by Atlanta. 5 on the clock. Paul for 3. The Hawks again can't hit.
Coming down the stretch here, holding the lead. You like him to be more efficient offensively.
Here's Rice. A three-pointer off the mark.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time. And doesn't he just have a nose, a knack for the basketball? He is by far their best rebounder.
Oh, no question. He just punishes the opposition in that category, and there's no end in sight.
And so it looks like the Grizzlies will retain possession here. Rocket 2 from deep. Iverson.
And pressing a bit here, down in the game, trying to use the three-point shot to get back into it, and instead it's led to a lot of empty possessions this half.
First one falls for. No good on the second free throw. The Grizzlies trail by 16. To the middle. Here's Kobe. And Kobe throws it down.
Yeah, love seeing Bryant just get up and go for it. His leaping ability never ceases to impress.
Miller up again. Great positioning on the putback. Shaq's got 28 points for the game.
He did a stellar job throwing his body into the mix and coming up with the easy tip in.
The drive by Iverson. Count that one.
Man, have they been effective at getting the ball inside.
The Hawks leading by 14. From deep, George drops in the tray. George has got 12 points in just the second half.
And there's never been any question about George's three-point range. He just goes through stretches where he knocks down the three at a ridiculous rate.
Pass to Rice. The three. Atlanta with the rebound. Shaq's got his 20th rebound here tonight. Saw that coming. And there's George. That's good on the assist by Miller. 28 points for Paul George.
It's fine to extend your defense to try and create turnovers, but guys have to help each other.
That's been a problem for them all game. Teamwork is something you just can't turn on and off.
Yeah, the defender all over.
Free throw good, Iverson. And both free throws good for Iverson. And so it's Paul bringing it up for the Hawks. Kept alive.
Is it me, or does it just feel like he gets every rebound that comes up?
No, it's felt like that all game. He is just aggressive and finds ways to snag rebounds out of thin air sometimes.
George looking over the floor. And there's the pass to O'Neal. Makes it off the glass. Shaq's got 30 points.
Once he's dialed in, helping to dictate the flow of this game.
Iverson kicks to Reed. The three. Shot's good by Rice.
There it is. Just lined it up and knocked it down. His first three of the half, second of the game.
George finds Ibaka. And here is Paul. Throws it up high, and the dunk by O'Neal.
He pulls off the Houdini to make that catch and slam it through.
Stupendous alley-oop. Pass to Rice. Vucevic dishes to Bryant. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot two.
Shooting for Memphis. Kobe Bryant. 2 shots.
And he knocks down the first one. He hits both from the stripe.
This is as good as it gets from the charity stripe here in the second.
Paul passes to O'Neal. The dish to George. Paul for three. And it's Rice with the rebound.
Yeah, not a great shot there, especially when you got a lockdown defender guarding you.
You know, there's no shame in passing out in that situation. Leave your ego at the door.
Third team foul.
Bryant with it. Passes it to Vucevic. Clock at 6. And good, as it just snugs right down through the net.
Early in this quarter, he's been aggressive and selective with his shots. Tremendous efficiency.
And Kobe Bryant gets the whistle that time. And that'll be his third foul so far. So it's the Hawks now, leading by 12. Here's Paul. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Chris Paul did a nice job with the pump fake, getting his defender up in the air.
And the first one drops. And both free throws good from Paul.
And not a single free throw attempt in that first half, but he has been far more active since the break and drawn some fouls.
And Vucevic kicks to Rice. Back to Vucevic. On the wing, Bryant. Covered by Miller. They get it back. Vucevic. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. That's on Shaq.
All the officials are all over that one.
Free throw drops for Vucevic. For star players, even after a loss, Steve, they're asked to give press conferences after the games. Talk about how difficult that is for a player in the moments after a very difficult defeat.
And this is where you have to use your teammates and obviously your PR guys around the team to help you and obviously gather yourself before you get a chance to go in there, because it's tough. You're running high with emotions and sometimes the wrong type of emotions.
Yes.
But I also, Kevin, would love to see on the media side, there are some questions I just don't agree with. I think you should get a yellow card. You ask a dumb question, and if you get a red card, you can't ask any more questions for that series.
I think you'd be handing me cards after everything I say. I'd rather be piled with cards in front of me.
Kevin, not at all.
Pass to Rice. Ibaka comes with the double team. Reed misses. The Hawks leading by 13. Now Shaq. And George kicks to Miller. Outside, George. Clock at 6. This one for 3. Hits it from three-point range. George has got 17 now, just in the second half.
And no matter who it is, that kind of D isn't going to get it done.
Now a timeout called by Memphis.
And they're committing an awful lot of fouls here, and not of the good variety. You don't want to give up easy layups, sure, but it's been a non-stop parade to the foul line.
And now we've got a moment for our Jordan player of the game, Shaq.
And guys, no doubt who our pick was going to be. He's made everyone else on the court look like they're playing at half speed. It's been total domination, and you can't help but just sit back and admire that performance.
He silenced this crowd with an unreal display. His ability to drown out the noise and the hostility of an opposing crowd is pretty special. Paul against Iverson. The shot's good from Paul. Paul's got 6 here in this quarter.
The concentration and the body control CP3 possesses is just astonishing.
Here's Bryant and the rejection by Ibaka. Feeds to O'Neal. To the middle. That's good for George on the assist by O'Neal. Shaq's got his 8th assist in the game. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Vucevic finds Bryant. And stolen by Miller. George, that's a 2-pointer. No good on that one. And Memphis the other way now.
Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it. Just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for the Hawks.
This was a team performing to its fullest capability.
A hugely satisfying win. A game that not many will soon forget. And on the other side, one that I think most will try to forget.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year.
And so they win their first game against this squad. It's a 2-game season series, and they'll be going for the sweep the next time they face off.
Vucevic, and they force the shot clock violation. Great D. So Memphis ends up going with the new group. And Atlanta will go for a different look here. Marcus All's checked in for Shaq. Lucas comes in for Serge Ibaka. Love's checked in for George. And Nick Young is subbed in for Miller. Paul kicks to Young. Love dishes to Lucas. Just 5 on the clock. There's the steal. Here's Scott. Good, and the assist goes to Robinson. 23 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one, and they can just let the clock run out here.
Cannot argue with the W.
Here's Paul. And so Atlanta takes this one by a big margin. To come into an opponent's building and dominate the way they did tonight says, I think, Greg, an awful lot about this team.
I guess they don't need home cooking to feel at home. I mean, Kevin, just a masterful performance.